Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome back to our playthrough of Dominions 4. If you remember, in our last episode, we were continuing to fight a hard-pressed battle against Abyssia in the southwest of our empire, and our attempts to take part of the ocean were being thwarted by Pelagia on the east side of our empire. Combined with that, we are being attacked by assassins in the center of our empire. All in all, we are not doing well. In order to attempt to bring us back from the precipice of defeat, I am going to be taking our troops off of this area where the Helheim's god is by one province. I'm going to build a temple here and try and defeat him by having him attack us in an area where there's no dominion. See if we can bait him out a little bit. The next thing we're doing, we have those assassins we've been hiring. I'm going to fight back against Abyssia in the same dirty fashion they've been fighting us by sending assassins after them, and we're continuing to recruit those assassins. The troops we're recruiting here in the south are really just going to be a sacrificial bulwark to try and stop Abyssia from advancing too far. We're summoning another Mound King so that we can continue to build up our undead units to try and take some of the ocean territory. And in the north, we're continuing to recruit and slowly build up our armies up here for our push north to take these northern thrones. We have that turn set up. Let's go ahead and complete it and see what happens. And with that turn completed, we can see we've completed some more research and evocation. This is going to allow us to cast the Nether Bolt with some of our mages, another powerful dark energy spell that will hopefully let us do more damage to the Abyssians. We've summoned that Mound Fiend we talked about. We've had some assassination attempts. Another Demon Bread has killed an Augur. Another Demon Bread has killed a Jade Sorceress. And one of our Jade Sorceresses killed one of these Demon Bread. These things are becoming the bane of our existence here. They're being very effective against us. What province was this in? Ah, up here. What a jerk move, computer. Nothing else to say about that. It looks like an unexpected event in the bulwark. 2 units have been diseased. Disease is spreading. That's just wonderful. We're under siege and Gorse still. Fort Helheim is repairing the fort faster than we can damage it. That's because we're pulling away. That's where Narzaruth is. We've cured 2 battle afflictions, and our troops in Gorth inside of the castle are starting to starve because they've been under siege for so long. So with those assassination attempts down here as well, it looks like Abyssia is going to try and slowly drain our soldiers of everything they can. Let's go ahead and set up some of our plans into action. So we need to get some money back to build this temple that we were talking about. So we're going to go north here, and for one turn... For a turn, we're going to go ahead and stop our recruitment down here. And we've got somewhere else, we've got some heavy recruiting going on. There we go. And will that be enough for us to build our temple? Let's take a look here. Temple, 400 gold. Yes, it will. Perfect. So that's enough gold for that. We have our Mound Fiend, who we just summoned. There he is, Arathu. Do we have any of our 2-handed weapons that give him the ability to have more powerful death magic? Not yet. We'll need to build one of those. So let's go ahead and have him build himself one of those. That should be in the 2-handed weapons. There it is, the Skull Staff. We need to start stocking him with troops as well. We have 21 gems available, death gems. And we have a couple other random gems. So let's convert those gems over. And let's see what we can bring in. Let's go ahead and summon some more ghosts. In the north, we have that other mound fiend of ours. We need to have him search for magic sites. Hope we don't get attacked by another demon bren. We don't have any troops to give them to protect them right now, unfortunately. Let's keep our assassins moving. And then here, we have our assassin. Let's see if we can assassinate an enemy commander. Maybe get some payback at the computer for the way it's been treating us. Continuing to recruit our Ichthyids here. Hoping that soon we can start to take some more provinces. You can see there's this huge army. We're going to need to have a lot of undead to fight against this. The Pearl priests that they have are also going to cause us a problem, so we have to watch out for those as well. So, we're going to be building up some troops for another turn and getting our temple built. Let's go ahead and see how things turn out. It seems that we've continued to be the target of these assassinations. So let's see the research here. More evocation research. Getting us even farther up here. Now we can cast Stellar Cascades across the entire battlefield. The cool thing is that with our ability now to do communions, now that we figured out what our issue was, we can use some of these more powerful spells without killing our mages. We've summoned some of those ghosts. Wormlove searched for sites but didn't find any. We tried to assassinate Rhaego the Warlock Apprentice, and of course we failed because we're not cheaters like the computer is. That's going to be our excuse for this turn as to why things have gone so poorly. Picus was a victim of an assassination attempt. Looks like we've lost Picus there as well. There's a battle in Helheim. If you remember, a couple turns ago, we found some Lamias that were just magical beings who joined our side. We didn't move them with us when we moved away, so they just stayed there and fought. But none of them died, which is rather impressive. Unexpected event in the Bulwark. This is where that disease happened last turn. Now a plague has hampered trade. We'll see what happens. In the Great Woods, we found several more gems. A magical bird of wondrous colors has been found. Small gems were hidden in its gut. Because that's the first thing you do when you find a magical bird is cut it open. Gorth is still under siege, hasn't fallen yet. 2 battle afflictions cured. And Gorth, lack of supplies causing disease when they're under siege. So this is where that assassin was. Hopefully, he'll move here, and we will be able to have him get caught by our armies. If we look up here, with the building of our temple, you can see how the dominion of the enemy has dropped down, and there's no longer any dominion candles here for Narzaruth. So we will see what happens if he attacks us, if we can keep this number of dominion down. I'm not sure. I'm assuming this is Narzaruth, because if it was Abyssia with these candles here, this dominion power, instead of cold, it should be heat coming off of them. So let's take our other assassin. Let's let him attempt to cause another assassination. Keep moving these assassins over. We'll just harry and harass Abyssia down here, see what kind of trouble we can cause. We have more gems. We're going to go ahead and get those converted again. And as you can see, I'm trying to move quickly through these turns because what we're doing right now is just building up our troops. Not a lot is happening for us. And I'd like to move us along so we don't have a Let's Play that goes 100 episodes. So that's why I'm clicking through a lot of these very quickly. Or as quickly as I can, of course. We want to go ahead again. Our new Mound Fiend down here. We need to equip him with that staff that we created. Gives him 4 death. We can then have him cast a ritual spell. And he can summon this Harvester of Sorrows, which is a giant undead creature we're going to use to fight. We still have our research going. We have our Banes down there, which is good. I want to build up a little bit of treasury so we can build another castle once we lose this one and maybe get some more troops recruited. But I still want us to be recruiting a few troops in the background. Down here we're good. Up here again, even though we are not going to war just yet, I want to be recruiting a couple troops every turn, but I want us to have a little bit of leftover as far as our treasury goes. But we don't need to hire 1,000 of these legionnaires. What are you doing here, buddy? Let's get rid of you. Here in our home, I'm going to start hiring some of these healers to put with our armies, since we're starting to see battle afflictions become a bit of a problem, and I want us to go ahead and recruit them on a regular basis. So that looks like a good deal there. We've got all that set up. Let's go ahead and end our turn again as we build up our armies and prepare to march into the ocean and try to hold off Abyssia down here. So, our Mound King has cast the Harvester of Sorrows. We attempted to perform that assassination again, and we got him. We killed the Warlock Apprentice. Let's watch what happened. It's always exciting to see us actually be successful against Abyssia. So here we have our assassin. They're stealthy, and they're ambidextrous, so he gets multiple attacks. He has this poison dagger as well, which causes poison damage. And here is the Warlock Apprentice. Again, a level 1 Blood Mage. As you can see, he doesn't have any Sacrificial Virgins with him, so he's limited in what spells he can cast as well. Let's see what happened. So we ran up, and we just straight up murked him, which is great. If we can catch a couple of their leaders every turn, now that we're building up these assassins, I think we might be able to destabilize their army. We have an unexpected event in the Holy See. A handful of magic gems have been found in an abandoned graveyard. 8 death gems, that's great for what we're doing. We have an unexpected event in Valuden. An evil necromancer is trying to drive his mortal enemy, a cunning animist, from the forest. The governor of the province has sided with the animist, who will probably be loyal to your cause if he survives. So, Ilvik, the animist, has joined. And it looks like there was a battle there against the necromancer. Let's see what happened there. So here is that evil necromancer, Vizik. And it looks like he's got some long dead warriors. So these are skeletal reanimated warriors. It looks like some type of armies of Satists that he has with him. And here we have not only the animist who's joined our side, Ilvik, who's a level 2 nature mage, and an Ivy Lord. So that means when he summons Ivy Men, we get more of them. He is also helped out by our province defense. Let's take a look at how this battle plays out. Speed this up a bit. So he's basically casting protective spells. We took out the necromancer. Great. A deadly disease is spreading in Ermor. 2,040 people have died. I don't know if that's a special event or if that's a spell being cast on us. I'm not sure. Gorth is still under siege. 4 battle afflictions. Disease in Gorth where they're holding that castle hostage. Take a look at Ermor. We have 38,000, so losing a couple to some kind of disease isn't the end of the world. So this is our Harvester of Sorrows that we just summoned. Grave Chill, the Harvester of Sorrows, powerful spirit of the underworld sent to this world to reap the fruits of sorrow. The mere presence of a Harvester of Sorrows will cause disease and despair in the spread of the province. Well, that explains to us what's happening there. I was unaware of that. So we're going to need to get him to move and leave before he causes us a problem. So, we need to send him on his way to do battle. You can see that he is an amphibian, so he can go underwater, like all undead. He causes fear. He has cold resistant. He's undead, of course. He doesn't have to eat. He's ethereal, so he's hard to hit. He can fly. He's stealthy, so he's sneaky, and he's a reaper. So let's go ahead. Take him. Can he march 2? Nope, just 1. We're going to send him into Pelagia. Too bad he's not an assassin, is he? That would be too beautiful. If he was an assassin, that would be great. Let's not summon another one of him in our capital. That seems like it was a bad idea. Looking over here, we're still holding. I need you to continue to assassinate. More assassins, we need you to head over here. We're going to try and get this army to just fall apart on us. We're continuing to hold off the Dominion. You can see they're down to 1 candle of any enemy Dominion in our province, so we're getting more power there. Our Mound King did his search. Let's move him here so we can search for magic sites. We need to continue to have our Jade Priestess that we hire heading south to fight Abyssia. We've got some recruitment happening here. We need to spend our gems. So let's go ahead and go to Alchemy. And we're going to convert our gems back over to Astral Gems, which we will then convert to Death Gems. And Arutha, we're going to again cast a ritual spell. And I think we'll have him go ahead and summon. Let's see here. We have a Bane Lord. Let's summon a Bane Lord. And we'll have Grugtar, our god, continue to summon more ghosts. There they are. Because those ghosts, if you remember, they're ethereal, they're stealthy, we want to move them. But the big thing is, again, they cause fear, which will help us fight armies that may be larger than us. So with everything set up to move for one more turn, let's go ahead and let that process real quick. And we have so many mages, our research is completing very quickly. So we've completed more research and evocation. At level 6, now we can see that we have this spell Blast of On-Life. And what this means is that when we have our undead Mound Kings out in the battlefield, they can cast this spell, hit our targets, and then if die, they'll be filled with energies and come back as a soulless warrior on our side. It doesn't affect the undead whatsoever, but we can use that in battle. And I think with that, it's time to switch over from Evocation back to Conjuration. Because, never mind, we'll never be able to cast the one spell I was going to look at in Conjuration. So instead, we'll go back to Thaumaturgy, which will allow us to also get to Terror, which we can use to affect the morale of enemy troops and cause them to flee the battlefield. We've cast Revive Banelord. We've summoned those ghosts. Our assassin attacked a Warlock Apprentice and defeated him in battle. We don't need to watch it because it'll just be another image of us slaughtering him with our 2 weapons, but that's great to see. There was a battle in the Holy See. Pelagia's trying to kick us out of the ocean. Let's take a look at that battle. I'm not sure that our province defense will hold up, even though we have a lot of it, because if you look in the back, let's get in real close here, I believe King the Sea Serpent Nope, I thought maybe that was their god for a moment, but it looks like it's not. Looks like it's just an aquatic, fear-causing, undisciplined waste of time. But with the fear, it may cause us an issue. Let's see how our province defense handles this. I don't think we're going to be able to win this battle. Especially since Ichthyids are just subpar warriors to begin with. We do have a lot of them. But you can see how they just get chewed through by the enemy. We can't compete with these steeds. They have recuperation, so their fatigue isn't building up. They have these Pearl Guard from Pelagia. These are their sacred units that they can summon. They're formation fighters, so they can fight in a double line or line formation. They also cause poison damage to anybody who attacks them in close combat. On top of that, they also have their regular militia. These are kind of their low defense, cheap units, low resource units that they can bring in. It'd be nice if we could kill this King the Sea Serpent, at least have some type of effect in this battle. There go their cheap troops are running. That's to be expected. If we look at the morale of our troops, we're at like a 13 morale. King the Sea Serpent still has 44 hit points. And he's causing fear. Our morale's dropping. And there they go. We've now been routed, and they're going to run through the rest of our army. Let's just take a look at what we lost. 60 Ichthyids, 1 Ichthyid lore. These are just guys we have been hired in the background. Not that big a deal. I'm not too concerned about the financial loss there. We did kill quite a few of their troops, 45 to the 61, considering they had this Sea Serpent with them as a leader and a Pearl Clan priest. Kind of excited about that. There was a battle in the Bulwark. It looks like, I think this is right outside of Nerzaruth's land, so let's see how that went. I don't think I set up our troops in any kind of effective combat. Oh, okay, so this is our province defense. So most likely our troops, not even worth watching this battle. Let's see here. Patrolling forces have been beaten by the enemy, but we still have our fortress. So they attacked, and our province defense fought them, but lost. But the rest of our troops are inside the fort for us to send forth to attack whenever we'd like to. Worth is walls are being damaged. We're under siege in the Bulwark. The enemy cannot harm us. 2 battle afflictions, and Gorth is still falling in the background. So it looks like Nerzaruth is here in our territory. He doesn't have any dominion here. I think if we can kill him in this territory, he may die, and we don't have to worry about him anymore, because his undead, his immortal power won't work unless it's in his dominion. We'll be checking out what that battle looks like, along with our reprisals against Pelagia, when we return in the next episode of Gaming with Grug and our playthrough of Dominions 4. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we hope to see you soon.